Yeah, what a great day for women's basketball in the city of Buffalo. I mean, you have Claire Strack that came here, and we got to be for a team like us to be able to play a ranked opponent this early is huge for our learning process and where we're taking this program. I keep telling the ladies, I'm trying to get us back to the NCAA. If we are trying to be for real about building this program to higher heights, we gotta play against teams that are probably going to be in the Sweet 16 this year. That is the minimum I can see that team being at. So just a great day for basketball in general. I'm really proud of our ladies and their fight the whole game. We got a lot of cleanup, but again, it's only game two. Game two against a ranked opponent, and it feels pretty good when your team causes another coach to call timeout.
What do you feel like you learned about your team today, and how is that following any trends from some of the earlier games, or different with this opponent? What have you learned so far?
They keep fighting, right? We're trying to figure out, what works, what fits, and all that. But everyone, every single day, when we came back from Marshall, they had a team meeting. They were like, we got to fix some things, like all the little stuff. We went in the locker room first. So I think the biggest thing is that they are starting to hold each other accountable to a whole different level. And they got to understand that every single time we step on the floor, no matter who we play, we got to bring that same Kentucky energy, that same focus for 3 days leading up to the game. So learned a lot about them in their ability to continue to go through the mud, right? So I just told them this in the locker room, like, we're going to get bricks thrown at us early. It is what it is. We're a young team. We have 14 of us have never played together. My whole staff, we've never coached together. So we're going to get some bricks thrown at us now, but that brick and every brick that we take is going to build the foundation for this program and build the foundation for this culture. So that way when we get to the MAC tournament, that house is not falling down. And we're going to be able to take a hit and just get right back up. So, we got to take them early. And that's okay because, I was charged here to build a culture to get us back to the NCAA tournament, and that my plan is to do that.
Kristen, I read recently that you actually, UB offered Clara Strack, maybe she was the 9th grade. That would have been around the time you guys made the Sweet 16. What do you remember about that when you were involved in recruiting her that early?
Yeah. So obviously, Western New York basketball, it's on the rise right now for especially these young groups. We got a lot of really good youth programs that are coming up with like Last One, Best One, Full Court Hoops, you got Game Buffalo. There's a really solid core of people that are really pouring into those young women. And I was a part of it. Definitely went to a lot of Hamburg basketball games just for like the hope. And then, you see she gets the Power 5 offers sophomore year and kind of like bow down a little bit because you're at Buffalo. But, she's special. And you got to give credit to the decision that she made to go play for Kenny Brooks because that man he's a genius when it comes to player development. And I definitely think that, he took a player that, either could have been average somewhere or great somewhere, and he made her great.
I think you've talked about this before, but that success that Buffalo had 7, 8, 9 years ago, how do you think that's fed into now so many of these high school players moving on to bigger and bigger colleges?
Yeah, I think it sparks, like our whole thing is let's spark the next generation of young girls in sport, right? So when we're out there, we're not only putting the ball in the hole and making the crowd go crazy or fighting to get a win, but we're also inspiring the next generation of young people that want to get involved in this game, right? I mean, every single one of our players has started with a dream somewhere. Our young lady Ella Corey, she was a walk-on, earned her scholarship this year. She was following our team to Cleveland back when she was in like 3rd, 4th grade. Like her parents took her, and now she gets to live out this dream that started because of the Sierra Dillers of the world, Steph Reeds, Summer Hemphills, who's on our staff. So that's why you do it. That's why you love it. And, for the kids like Ella Corey who's living out a little dream now.
For players like Allie and Lucas, I noticed they were guarding Strack a lot. How was it for them preparing to guard a player like Strack? You don't see national players like that every day. Were they anxious, excited? What was it like for them preparing for her?
Yeah, I think we had them pretty revved up to play her and really try to frustrate her, and I think they did a good job doing that. Got a little bit too chippy for me. I don't condone any of that. So we definitely have to learn through that process. But you can't replicate Clara Strack in practice, even with our guys. You just can't. She's too skilled. She's too smooth. Like, she's not fast, but I don't even know. But the kids got it, and those two, they came in ready to fight. If Meg Lucas doesn't get in foul trouble early, I think it might be a little bit of a different game going into halftime.
were you changing? It seemed like when Megan, or not Lucas, seemed like when Allie came out with the foul trouble, y'all trying to kind of switch to zone. Were you manning while Allie was in and then zone when she was out?
No, there was no real rhythm to that. We just wanted to
Okay.
get back and stop their transition. So we felt going into our zone would help us kind of do that. It did not work great because we lost by 13 in the fourth quarter, but we'll learn that zone's going to be very good for us down the stretch of the season.
Will you see, or how much might you see this kind of size again in your non-conference or conference play?
We won't. No, that's why when I got asked if we wanted to play them, I thought it was a perfect opportunity for us to see what we're made of, especially this young, because we want adversity early. We want to be able to learn the lessons now, so that way, come MAC conference play, we've already dealt with you got out rebounded, you didn't box out. Now we know, right? If we did a better job boxing out in that 3-minute stretch in the fourth quarter, we would have out rebounded the number 24 team in the country that had a roster all over 6'2". So that's just something that we can be proud of as we move forward. But we can't let stretches go by like that and not stay true to what we're trying to do.
If you struggle against that kind of height, how much do you react to that? Or because if your next opponents aren't going to be like that, how do you not overreact to that?
I think you just got to stay in attack mode, right? Every team is so different. So we're gonna we play Wednesday, so we're gonna go back up, watch this game, cut this one apart, figure out what we can learn from it, and then get ready for Vermont. But it's a season. You kind of have to have a short-term memory when it comes to games like this. You got to take it as a learning lesson, and you got to move on because Vermont doesn't care that we just got beat by Kentucky.
Buffalo Air's never had a woman drafted in the WNBA. You think Clara could be the first?
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah. Her skill set and now her ability to shoot the 3 ball. And like I said, Kenny Brooks he's an incredible player development. He's getting her ready for the next level, and you can see that year after year after year. Because when I was at Syracuse, they were at Virginia Tech. So just watching her grow from that year to now, I'm blown away.
Any common thread in these losses? I know you haven't shot well. Is it the defense, or are the shots not falling?
Yeah, I don't think it's really our defense too much. It's our offense for sure. We have to be able to turn these turnovers that we're forcing into points. But again, that's just going to come with us getting comfortable with each other and knowing how each other plays. Sometimes Gabby McDuffie likes to go back door, but we don't really know each other yet in a game situation. So we're just we're going to learn as we go. And it's, I'm really lucky that I got a young team because now we can learn with through the whole process as one instead of it being, our freshmen have to play. They have to learn now. So if we can keep this group together for the next 3-4 years, we're going to be pretty special.
Did you mess with your start lineup at all, or will you see yourself changing?
Yeah, because it's going to depend on teams. So a lot of the teams that we're going to see aren't going to be very big, right? So I can't always go a 4 and a 5. I might have to go 4 guards and Allie Carmen. So we're just going to have to chess match it.
Anything else for Coach? All right, appreciate you guys. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Cool. Thank you guys so much.